Welcome to the inner path, beyond the I am. This is a real excerpt from my own spiritual journey, sincere questions I asked while seeking deeper silence. I am sharing it because the path can feel lonely, yet we're all in this together. If it resonates, sit with it as living inquiry. Stay for the final reflective question. I'd love to hear about your journey in the comments. Brothers and sisters on the path, let us sit together today and look deeply at the nature of the mind, not to control it, not to judge it, but to understand what it really is, and more importantly, what it is not. What is this mind that troubles us, that leads us in circles, that appears to block us from peace? Have you truly looked at it? Have you ever asked, to whom does the mind appear? Let us begin. The mind, in truth, is nothing but a stream of thoughts. Not a thing, but a movement. When you look for the mind itself, not the thoughts, not the images, not the memories, but the mind, can you find it? Or do you only find thoughts rising and falling like waves on the ocean? Sri Ramana Maharshi made this perfectly clear. What we call mind is a bundle of thoughts. The source of all these thoughts is the I thought. So, when we speak of the mind, we are only speaking of a current, an appearance, born from the root thought. I am the body. I am this person. I am this mind. But who is this I? When we ask, who am I? We are not looking for an answer. We are cutting through the mind itself. We are turning inward, past thought, past imagination, and reaching into the source, the pure awareness from which the mind arises. When the mind is traced to its root, it vanishes, like a shadow disappearing in sunlight, like a dream dissolving when you wake. Have you followed your thoughts back to their source? If not, you are still playing in the waves, never tasting the ocean. The mind is a veil, but also a mirror. When it is agitated, it distorts. When it is still, it reflects the self. But even in its stillness, it is only a reflection, not the self itself. So do not be attached to a peaceful mind. Go deeper. Even peace is a state that comes and goes. But you, the witness of peace and restlessness alike, you do not come and go. Pause here, beloved seeker. Who is watching the peaceful mind? It is the mind that gives birth to separation. It says, I am here, you are there, God is elsewhere. But is this true? The mind builds a world of names and forms. It paints pictures, writes stories, and creates identities. And then, it forgets that it created them. This is Maya, illusion, and the mind is its magician. But the truth, the self, is never touched. You are never the story, never the form, never the mind. You are the awareness in which mind appears and disappears. For many seekers, the mind is a wall, but for the ripe soul, it becomes a doorway. Through sincere inquiry, devotion, and silence, the mind becomes quiet, not destroyed, but transparent. And when it becomes transparent, the light of the self shines through it, like sunlight through clean glass. But if the mind is clouded with ego, fear, desire, the light appears dim. So, purify the mind not by force, but by self-inquiry. Ask, who is afraid? Who is desiring? Who is thinking? And trace it back to silence. The mind is also the field where karma plays out. Your past impressions arise in the mind as tendencies, reactions, emotions. Don't try to fix the mind by force. Just watch, just inquire, and most of all, don't identify. The mind will go on like a film playing on a screen. Let it play. But no, you are the screen, not the story. Ultimately, the mind cannot understand the self. It can only be quiet in its presence. Ramana Maharshi said, silence is the true teaching. It is the perfect teaching. Why? Because silence does not arise from the mind. Silence is the language of the self. When the mind is still, not forced, but truly still, you do not find God. You realize you were never separate. There is no mind to find the self. There is only the self, and the mind appears within it. So, I ask you now, dear one, where is the mind when you are not thinking? Where is the mind when you abide in the heart of being? Where is the mind when there is only presence, only awareness, only stillness? Let the answer arise not from the mind, but from the silence beneath it. If this message stirred something in your heart, let it take root. Let the inquiry continue. Let the silence deepen. Sit quietly today and ask, to whom does this thought arise? Trace it back and be still. Like this video, if it brought clarity to your journey. Subscribe if you're walking this path of truth. And most importantly, abide as the self. There is nothing else to find. All else is mind. Thank you for listening and for walking this path in your own way. Please support the channel if this resonates with you. Like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who may be seeking silence and abide as what they already are. You're also warmly invited to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments. If you would like to email, the email is learningandlivingwithramana@gmail.com. Remember, post your response to the reflective question. Until then, remain still, remain true, remain silent.